Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights that matter. It really feels like you can't go 5 minutes these days without hearing something about artificial intelligence.
It's absolutely everywhere.
From the predictive text on your phone, maybe, to
Yeah.
these huge shifts happening in global industries, AI is just,
Right.
yeah, everywhere.
It really is. And the conversation has definitely moved beyond just tech labs.
Right, it's now front and center on the global stage.
Mm.
It's sparking these discussions that are going to shape, well, all of our futures.
Absolutely. Big questions being asked.
Today, we're going to trace the United Nations strategic blueprint for AI. It's a two-pronged approach they've developed. It seems designed not just to react to AI, but to actively guide it towards a future of shared benefit, hopefully.
That's the goal, yes.
We're unpacking a really pivotal document, the UN General Assembly's draft resolution, A79L.118, which came out August 18, 2025.
A very recent development.
Yeah, and this isn't just another piece of, dense international policy. It really feels like the foundation being laid for how the world community plans to understand, discuss, and shape AI's future.
It sets the stage.
And, crucially, we're focusing specifically on the non-military domain of AI here. That's a strategic decision we should probably delve into.
Definitely worth exploring why.
We'll zero in on two key initiatives, a brand new scientific panel and a pretty robust global dialogue platform. Now, you might be thinking, okay, high-level UN stuff. What does this resolution mean for me personally?
It's a fair question.
Well, it's kind of everything, isn't it? This isn't abstract diplomacy happening miles away.
No, it has real-world implication.
These are the very structures that will determine how AI is developed, who gets access to it, the ethical guardrails. How these powerful systems interact with all of us.
It affects technology access, jobs, privacy.
Exactly. It's laying the groundwork for decades to come. So let's jump in. Okay, let's unpack this first part. The resolution establishes something called the Independent International Scientific Panel on Artificial Intelligence. ISPAI, I guess.
That's the acronym, yes. ISPAI.
So what's the critical gap this new body is really designed to fill? What's its core mission?
Well, what's really fascinating here is the UN's incredibly clear intent. They want to ground AI governance in rigorous, unbiased scientific understanding.
Science first.
Pretty much.
Right.
This multidisciplinary panel is tasked specifically with issuing evidence-based scientific assessments. You can sort of think of it as a global brain trust.
Okay.
Synthesizing and analyzing all the existing research on AI's opportunities, its potential risks, its broad impacts, really trying to create the most credible, unbiased scientific perspective possible. Importantly, divorced from sort of immediate political agendas.
And that feels like a strategically smart move, right? By splitting off the non-military side.
I think so.
It feels like the UN is trying to find common ground where maybe consensus is a bit more achievable.
Absolutely. It prevents them from getting immediately bogged down in those highly contentious, often politicized debates around, say, autonomous weapons or military AI.
Yeah, that would stall everything.
Exactly. And that distinction is a crucial detail from the resolution. The panel's activities are explicitly limited to the non-military domain. It does not refer to AI for military purposes.
Right. Stated clearly.
Yes. This clear focus on civilian applications and impacts lets them build a foundation of shared understanding on the societal, the economic benefits and challenges, all without the immediate complexities of defense applications.
Okay, so given such a critical mission, who exactly gets to be on this panel? And how is it structured to make sure you get broad representation and, prevent one viewpoint from dominating?
Good question. It's set to have 40 members. And crucially, they serve in their personal capacity.
Meaning not as government representatives.
Correct. Not representing their governments or organizations. They serve for a 3-year term. And the resolution prioritizes several key criteria for selecting them. Balanced geographic representation is a big one.
North, south, east, west.
Precisely. Also, outstanding expertise across AI and related fields, not just computer science, but ethics, law, social sciences, economics, a truly interdisciplinary perspective.
Makes sense. AI isn't just code.
Exactly. And gender balance is explicitly mentioned too. Now, to ensure diverse voices are genuinely represented, and to prevent any single nationality or institution from having undue influence, no more than 2 members can be of the same nationality or affiliation.
Ah, interesting constraint.
And another important point, no employees of the United Nations system can be members. That's to further guarantee their independence.
That's a very deliberate structure. 40 experts, though.
Yeah.
Different countries, different disciplines. How do they ensure that it doesn't just become, too many cooks? Or that they can actually reach consensus on these complex topics? How is it led internally?
Yeah, that's where the leadership structure comes in. The panel will elect 2 co-chairs from among its members,
Okay.
one from a developed country and one from a developing country, plus up to 3 vice chairs, again, with geographical and gender balance in mind.
So shared leadership.
Right. This structure helps streamline their work. They also have the flexibility to establish smaller working groups if needed, to really dive deep into specific technical topics. And they can consult informally with external experts to broaden their understanding even further when necessary. It's about enabling focused work within that broad mandate.
So they're not just a talking shop. They're meant to produce real, tangible outputs. What will this panel actually produce, and how will its work influence global decision-making without dictating policy?
Right. Their primary output will be one annual summary report. It's described as policy relevant but non-prescriptive, meaning it provides valuable scientific insights that inform policy decisions, but it won't tell governments exactly what laws or regulations to pass.
Got it. Provides the what, not the how.
Exactly. It can also include thematic briefs as they see fit, maybe on emerging issues. This whole format is designed to ensure scientific credibility and rigor while keeping them independent from direct policymaking. They'll also provide updates on their work, probably up to twice a year, to the General Assembly. That'll happen through interactive dialogues with the co-chairs.
So they report back.
Yes. And, significantly, they will present their big annual report at the Global Dialogue on Artificial Intelligence Governance, which we'll talk about next. That serves as a key interface, linking their findings to the broader discussion.
Okay, so it's about equipping policymakers with the best data so they can make their own informed decisions, and hopefully prevents the panel itself becoming a political football.
That's the intention.
Beyond just scientific rigor, how do they ensure this panel isn't just brilliant, but also genuinely trustworthy? I mean, I'm thinking about potential conflicts of interest. AI is big business.
You've absolutely hit on a vital point there.
Yeah.
Transparency and integrity are paramount. The resolution explicitly requires all candidates nominated for the panel to provide full disclosure of all potential conflicts of interest.
Like financial professionals.
Exactly. Financial, professional, even personal interests that might, reasonably be seen to affect their impartiality or independence.
And that's up front.
It has to be part of the initial nomination. And critically, it must be continuously updated if they get appointed. Ongoing disclosure is essential for maintaining trust. Additionally, members have to commit to substantial participation, actually showing up, contributing to drafting the works, while upholding scientific independence and integrity at all times.
Okay, that commitment to transparency and active, unbiased engagement sounds vital for its credibility.
Absolutely essential.
Now, let's pivot. Let's talk about the second major initiative, the Global Dialogue on Artificial Intelligence Governance. If the panel provides the scientific bedrock, what's the dialogue's role in this whole ecosystem? How do those scientific insights get translated into global policy discussions?
Right, so the dialogue is really where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. It's established as a broad platform. It involves governments, yes, but also all relevant stakeholders.
Meaning industry, civil society.
Exactly. Industry, civil society, academia, researchers, even individuals, theoretically. Its core mission is to foster international cooperation, share best practices, share lessons learned, and crucially, to facilitate truly open, transparent, and inclusive discussions on AI governance. It's about building a shared understanding across all these diverse perspectives.
Building bridges.
In a sense, yes. And stepping back for a moment, this overarching goal is explicitly linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs.
Ah, the UN's 2030 agenda.
Precisely. The dialogue aims to ensure AI actively contributes to implementing those goals and, crucially, helps in closing the digital divides, both between countries and within them.
So what's the point of revolutionary tech if it just makes inequality worse, right?
Exactly. It's about trying to ensure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few powerful nations or corporations.
Okay, so panel gives us the science. Dialogue is where that science meets the real world, gets debated by everyone affected. This is where it gets really interesting. What specific critical issues will this global dialogue actually tackle? Sounds like it needs to cover a lot of ground.
It certainly does. The resolution outlines a pretty comprehensive list of discussion areas. It really shows the breadth of global concerns and hopes for AI.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, so first, the development of safe, secure, and trustworthy AI systems. That's foundational, obviously.
Table stakes, really.
Right. Then addressing capacity gaps, specifically leveraging existing UN and multi-stakeholder mechanisms to support AI capacity building, especially in developing countries.
So helping everyone get up to speed.
Yes, including facilitating access to AI applications and building skills in things like high-performance computing. That's critical for actually using advanced AI. The dialogue's scope is incredibly broad beyond that, too. They'll cover the social and economic ripple effects of AI, its ethical, cultural, linguistic implications.
Wow, okay.
They'll also tackle how different AI governance systems around the world can actually work together. The term used is interoperability.
How different rules can mesh.
Kind of. And, crucially, how to ensure human rights are always protected and promoted in the field of AI. This includes ensuring transparency, accountability, and robust human oversight of AI systems, always in compliance with international law.
Human in the loop.
Essentially. And significantly, the dialogue is also tasked with promoting the development of open source software, open data, and open AI models.
Openness. That seems important. Counteracting the big tech dominance, maybe.
That's likely a key motivation. This emphasis on openness aims to democratize access, spread the benefits, and prevent just a few dominant players from controlling the future of AI.
That is an incredibly wide scope. It also sounds like they're trying to write the entire handbook for our new digital civilization in one go.
It's ambitious, no doubt.
What's the biggest challenge in just wrangling all those critical issues into a coherent, productive discussion? And how often will this dialogue actually happen?
Well, the challenge, of course, is managing that breadth while still achieving concrete outcomes. It can't just be endless talk.
Right.
So to help manage it, the dialogue is decided to convene annually for up to 2 days.
Annually.
And it will alternate between Geneva and New York.
Why alternate?
It's strategic. Geneva often focuses more on humanitarian issues, technical standards. Bodies like the ITU are there. New York is the UN's political and diplomatic hub. And these meetings will usually be held in the margins of existing relevant UN conferences. That's a smart way to maximize participation and integrate these AI discussions into the broader UN agenda. Saves travel, brings the right people together.
Efficient.
Hopefully. Each dialogue will include a multi-stakeholder plenary meeting, so everyone together, but with a specific high-level governmental segment. And, as we mentioned, a presentation of the scientific panel's annual report.
Bridging the science and the policy conversation directly.
Exactly, making that link explicit.
So when does this ambitious undertaking actually kick off? What's the schedule looking like for these important conversations?
It starts pretty soon. A high-level, multi-stakeholder informal meeting is set to launch the dialogue later in 2025 during the high-level week of the 80th session of the General Assembly.
So launch this year.
Yes. Then the first formal global dialogue session will be held back-to-back with the ITU's AI for Good Global Summit in Geneva in 2026.
Makes sense. AI for good.
And then the following year, 2027, it's planned to be held back-to-back with the Multi-Stakeholder Forum on Science, Technology, and Innovation for the SDGs in New York.
So a clear roadmap for the first few years.
Yes. It provides a structured start. And for each dialogue, 2 co-chairs, again, one from a developing country, one from a developed country, will be appointed.
Same structure as the panel leadership.
Similar principle, yes. Their role will be critical. Identifying the main topics for that year's dialogue and, importantly, drafting a summary of each annual event to capture the key takeaways and points of convergence or divergence.
Okay, so we've explored the panel, the scientific bedrock, and the dialogue, the global conversation. How do these 2 crucial initiatives working together actually build towards a sustainable, long-term vision for AI governance? What's the connection?
It's really designed as a feedback loop. Both the panel's rigorous scientific work and the dialogue's broad, inclusive discussions are explicitly meant to inform and improve AI capacity-building efforts globally. The idea is to ensure that knowledge and resources are shared effectively, and that any policies developed are actually grounded in scientific reality and diverse stakeholder needs.
Makes sense.
And crucially, there's a mechanism for action. The co-chairs of the second dialogue, so the one in 2027, are tasked with holding intergovernmental consultations.
Okay, what for?
To try and agree on common understandings for priority areas in international AI governance. This input, which will take into account summaries from the dialogues and other inputs, is specifically intended to feed into the high-level review of the Global Digital Compact.
Ah, the GDC. the UN's big digital roadmap.
Exactly. It feeds into that broader framework for how digital tech should serve humanity and potentially shapes further discussions and maybe even negotiations down the line. It's where these initial insights start to potentially coalesce into more concrete policy directions.
So it's designed to have teeth eventually.
That seems to be the plan. And to ensure these initiatives can actually function and reach people, the Secretary General is asked to facilitate appropriate secretariat support using existing UN system capacities. And of course, money talks. To support effective functioning, especially making sure developing countries can participate fully, states, the private sector, foundations, other donors, they're all encouraged to provide voluntary contributions.
Voluntary funding.
Yes, and importantly, these contributions will be publicly disclosed for full transparency. This financial backing is pretty essential to make sure all voices can actually be present and heard.
And is this permanent? Or is there a review process?
Good question. Looking further ahead, the continuation of both the panel and the dialogue isn't guaranteed forever. It will be considered and decided upon by the General Assembly during that high-level review of the Global Digital Compact, which happens at its 82nd session.
So they'll assess if it's working.
Exactly. These are set up as foundational structures, but they're designed to be adaptable and subject to future review based on their impact and, the evolving needs of AI governance.
What a journey. Okay, so we've just navigated this quite intricate framework laid out by the UN General Assembly for AI governance.
It's definitely got layers.
We've discovered its two central pillars. The Independent International Scientific Panel on Artificial Intelligence, designed for that rigorous, evidence-based understanding strictly within the non-military domain.
The science part.
And the Global Dialogue on Artificial Intelligence Governance, set up as that inclusive, multi-stakeholder platform for discussion and actually shaping policy direction.
The conversation part.
Right. This blueprint really highlights, I think, a global commitment, or at least an attempt at one, to leveraging AI for good, to actively closing digital divides, ensuring development aligns with human rights and safety.
All grounded in shared knowledge and open conversation.
It feels like a powerful, considered step towards a more unified, equitable approach to what is arguably one of humanity's most transformative technologies.
It's a significant starting point, for sure.
So as these structures begin to take shape, maybe a final thought for you, our listener. What role do you envision for innovation in a world striving for globally governed AI? How can these two bodies, one scientific, one conversational, truly accelerate beneficial AI development while also safeguarding against its risks? For everyone, everywhere, something to think about for your next deep dive.